Recently, a news broke that comedian Rajpal Yadav had surrendered in a long-running loan default case. He had once taken a loan of around 5 crores to produce a film. The film didn't perform well, repayment slowed, and interest accumulated. Penalties followed. The amount reportedly climbed to close 9 crore rupees. For most people, it was just another headline, but if you pause for a moment, the story becomes uncomfortable. This is a man who worked in dozens of films over 2 decades. At his peak, he was everywhere. His reported fee ranged between 1 and 2 crore rupees per film. His name meant consistency, his face meant box office value. So how does someone who wants so much struggle with debt? The answer is simple but harsh. Earning money and managing money are two completely different skills. And this isn't about one actor, it's about a pattern. A pattern that quietly repeats in middle-class homes, corporate offices, and even among high earners. We are trained to earn. We are rarely trained to manage, multiply, and protect.
This video is made for educational purposes only. Trading and investing involve market risk. This channel will not be responsible for any profits or losses.
Let's talk about the traps that quietly keep people poor, even when they are earning. In many households, money carries moral suspicion. You grow up hearing, too much money corrupts people. Rich people must have done something wrong. A simple life is better than a rich life. And over time, a belief is formed. You want wealth, but you judge wealth. You admire success, but you resent it too. That internal conflict limits growth. You hesitate to negotiate. You underprice your skill. You avoid taking calculated risk, and you feel guilty for wanting more. Money is a tool. It has no morality of its own. But if you grow up associating wealth with wrongdoing, your subconscious will never let you fully pursue it. And what you subconsciously resist, you will never master. In India, safety is worship, fixed deposits, guaranteed returns, and zero risk savings. Meet Ramesh and Aman. Ramesh believes in safety above everything. Every year, he puts his savings into fixed deposits, earning around 6% interest. It feels responsible, mature, and stable. Aman also saves, but he invests a portion of his money in assets that grow faster than inflation: equities, index funds, and businesses. 20 years pass. Ramesh proudly checks his bank balance. It has grown, the numbers look bigger, but something feels strange. Houses' prices are higher. Education is expensive. Healthcare costs more than he imagined. Despite saving for decades, he still feels financially tight. Aman, meanwhile, sees his investment compound. Some years were volatile, some uncomfortable, but over time, his money grew faster than inflation. The difference: if your money grows 6%, inflation is 6-7%, you are not building wealth. You are just barely preserving purchasing power. On paper, your balance grows. In reality, your financial position stays the same. This is how people save 20 years and still feel financially stressed. Systematic investment plans are often phrased as the safest path to wealth, and they can be powerful. Many people misunderstand what they actually do. Common belief goes like this: if I earn 20,000 a month and invest 2,000 rupees through SIP, my future will take care of itself. Unfortunately, it really works that way. The real problem isn't SIPs. The real problem is the false sense of security they create. Once people start an SIP, they feel they've done enough. Even when their salary grows, the SIP often stays the same. They don't focus on increasing their income. They don't just study how market works. They don't develop financial understanding. They simply assume that compounding will do the rest. But compounding needs something to compound. If the amount being invested barely changes and income remains stagnant, the results will also remain modest. Then fear enters the picture. People start saying things like this: trading is just gambling. The stock market is too dangerous. One crash can wipe up everything. Instead of learning, they withdraw. They stick only to the safest options and never build deeper financial knowledge. They never learn how businesses grow. They never understand risk management. They never expand their financial literacy. No investment strategy can fully compensate for a life where income never grows. If your earning capacity remains the same every year, your investments will eventually reflect that limitation. If you're someone who wants to go beyond basic investing and start understanding markets more actively, there are platforms that allow you to do that. For example, you can open an account on Delta Exchange using the link in our description. One advantage is that trades on that platform can help you avoid the standard 30% crypto tax structure. Also, if you open your account through our link, you'll receive 2000 rupees worth of Adirah AI subscription absolutely for free. All you need to do is open your account using the link in the description, fill out the Google form provided here, then the 2000 Adirah AI access will be shared with you. For many families, the ultimate dream is a government job. Stability, security, and respect. And yes, stability matters, but here's a subtle trap. When security becomes the only goal, ambitions begins to shrink. Many people spend 5 to 7 years of their prime years preparing for competitive exams, years of pressure, years of uncertainty, and years where income is delayed. But sometimes the biggest financial growth begins when you realize there are many ways to create wealth, not just one path. Have you ever seen people carrying very expensive phones? Ask yourself something simple. What exactly is the real difference between that phone and a normal premium one? Most of the time, not much. A slightly better camera, a slightly better screen, a few extra features most people really use. Yet, the price difference can be huge. This is how lifestyle inflation quietly enters her life. The new phone, the upgraded car, the grand wedding, a lifestyle built around EMIs. Often these purchases are not about need, they are about visibility. We upgrade our lifestyle faster than our skills. We borrow money just to appear successful. From the outside, everything looks impressive, but wealth works differently. Wealth is quiet, debt is louder. When every salary increases turns into higher expenses, surplus disappears. And without surplus, meaningful investing never begins. Without investing, there is no compounding. Sometimes the difference between financial stress and financial freedom is simply this. One person upgrades lifestyles first, the other upgrades assets. Most people delay buying health insurance. Common reasons. I'm young. My company already covers me. I'm healthy. But the numbers tells a different story. Medical inflation in India is estimated to be around 12 to 14% per year. A surgery that costs 3 lakhs today can easily cost 7 to 8 lakhs in 10 years. At the same time, most people's emergency savings are limited. One serious hospitalization can wipe out years of savings in a few days. Health insurance is not an expense, it is financial protection. Because without protection, one medical emergency can reset your entire financial progress. Many people focus on investing first, stocks, crypto, SIPs, but they ignore one simple foundation, an emergency fund. Data shows that a large percent of people cannot handle even 3-6 months without income. Job loss happens, medical issues happen, and family emergencies too can happen. Without an emergency fund, people are forced to self-investment at the wrong time, take high-interest loan, use credit cards to survive. One expected expense can start a cycle of debt. An emergency fund is not meant to grow wealth. It is meant to protect it. So always, before chasing returns, build financial breathing space first. This one is the most overlooked trap. People hesitate to spend on courses. They avoid skill upgrades. They postpone certifications. They refuse to learn new technologies. They delay improving communication skills. They avoid networking. They see self-development as an expense, but it is the highest return investment possible. A 20,000 rupees course that increases your earning capacity by 10,000 per month is not an expense, it is leverage. An improved skill can double income. A better network can unlock opportunities. Stronger communication can multiply influence. Money invested in yourself compounds faster than money in markets. And yet, many people upgrade their phones more frequently than their capabilities. By this video, my intention is not to call you poor. I'm not saying that you will become poor. This is simply a warning. Wealth is never guaranteed to stay forever. History has seen powerful business empires collapse, fortune disappears, and industry change overnight. Money is not permanent. It has to be protected and grown. So don't just earn, learn to invest, learn to build assets, learn to protect your financial future. Because wealth doesn't stay with those who only earn it, it stays with those who learn to grow it. It is quiet, it is gradual, it hides in comfort, it hides in fear, it hides in small decisions repeated for years. The real question is not how much do you earn. The real question is how intelligently do you grow, manage, protect, and multiply what you earn. Because earning money is common, keeping it is rare. If you like this video, click on the like button. If you have any comments, feel free to comment below. And if you want more from us, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this video.